814 podcast, and just after they beat the best team in the American League East, our Toronto Blue Jays jump back in on Team Tank and lose to the Oakland Athletics 2 out of 3. And they don't just lose, they get worked today. Avery, how we feeling, man? Great weekend, just not baseball wise.
Yeah, I had life kind of get in the way this weekend, so I didn't get to see every single pitch. I saw a decent amount of the stuff. Obviously followed what was happening in both, but just deal with important people in your life kind of weekend, hang out with girlfriends, see your family. And then the baseball was some of the worst you can ever get. So it kind of worked out hand in hand. I'll go back and kind of find some quirks and some things I'll tweet out after getting the weeds. But all in all, horrific baseball weekend. Probably works towards the greater goal of this team, obviously. Yeah, I'm not moved by the weekend.
Yeah, the Toronto Blue Jays can't hurt us anymore. No. Like, and the
only thing that was bad is like the Bassett outing. That feels insane for that. Like after what he did to the O's to do that to the A's.
Yeah.
And the A's had been hitting. There was 2 weeks prior where they were really good against righties.
They're
and then
sneaky hit club.
Yeah, they are. And I think they'll just be a 70 win team, though. That's their issue. And they keep getting guys out of there. But I think just like the Bassett outing is the only one that you raise an eyebrow at and it's like, oh, that one really fucking sucked. And then obviously just the general offense of the last 2 games. Actually, the whole weekend.
Yeah, to be honest, I mean, this is the thing that is crazy. And like, just when you thought the weekend couldn't get any worse, the only thing we had going for us, the Vladimir Guerrero Jr. hit streak, Schmelia, thanks for coming out. Dunzo, 2 double play balls back to back. It was an absolute disaster class end to the weekend when our glorious king, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., was putting the world on by storm, and JP Sears just puts him in his back pocket. It was tough. It's there's not really much else to say, man. This is depressing. It's really depressing. Just watching our Toronto Blue Jays just go toe to toe here with in the AL in the American League with the Oakland Athletics, a juggernaut last season.
Yeah, the A's putting together some of the prospects the A's have are the reason you don't give up on young players too, right? Yeah. Brent Rooker was on 4 teams before he became
Padres, Twins, I believe Royals.
Yeah. And then he's a better hitter than Vladdy this season. And JJ Bleday, top pick from Vandy. He was a Marlin, gets traded, and he's put together a decent little season.
Yeah.
So they're doing the most of what they can. The A's are, because they have to sell off everyone who's half decent. But no, it's like the Toronto Blue Jays are in a way better situation than the Oakland A's, obviously.
I'll go on a limb with you and say that I think the Jays are in a better position. And we got
consistently
an MVP potentially coming up.
Yeah, consistently right? They will be.
We got an MVP coming up too, Abe. Let's not ignore that, brother.
Oh, it's almost Votto time, eh?
Almost Votto time. Almost Votto time here. But
yeah, what has he been doing? Have you looked at all?
He went 0-for-2 with 2 walks. I saw today or yesterday. Yeah. Like I haven't really been paying attention to Votto Watch.
Oh, like Votto Watch. I'm now on his or baseball reference page.
Let's see it. What's he doing?
Okay. 23 plate appearances.
Okay.
4 hits.
Not where you want to be.
He's hitting 222.
Not where you want to be. I will say, I do think this is his last year. That's not a hot take. It just but this is my thing, man. Like, do you think Joey Votto wants to suck this up for the next 6 weeks if he gets called up for this Red Series? That'll kind of sucks.
What do you mean
meaningless baseball?
He could be talking to a podcast mic instead. That's kind of where he's at with his career. Guess the difference in age between the average AAA player and Joey Votto, who's 40.
17?
13.6 years. He's older than the
Okay.
average player.
Okay. So a lot of like it is cool, I will say. It's gonna be just a nostalgic thing. I called it. I will say this, credit to me. There is almost an 100% chance he makes his debut against the Reds, right?
Yeah, that it just seems so.
That is in front of his friends and family in Toronto facing his former team. I've never had a more genius take in my life.
You think they'd gas him after?
What do you mean?
Like have him play the Red Series and then cut him?
I was listening to the radio today. Again, I don't know why, no disrespect. It's horrible. And they were talking about Votto retiring after the Red Series.
What?
It's like, what? Like he trained all year to play three baseball games?
Well, they'd have him on the 40-man, which means someone would have to come off.
But I'm pretty sure Cam Eden's off now.
Cam Eden is off now. Oh, Johnny. Yeah.
So we are getting into Votto time, my friends. We're getting into Votto time.
No way they traded Cam Eden just so Joey Votto could have a couple.
I'm not saying they did that.
Well, actually, I think Joey Votto would be a better major league hitter than Cam Eden. So
at the age of 40?
Yeah.
That's true. But Cam Eden off to the Yankees. It is, when I heard that take on the radio, it's like Joey Votto. If I'm Joey Votto, I play against the Reds in front of my family and friends, and then I just retire, and I'm like,
was it worth it?
What is he gonna leave his bat at home plate after his last at bat and be like, that's it? Like it's the UFC fighter with the gloves. Like he left his bat. He left his bat at home plate. Just a crazy take that I heard. Honestly, just an absurd take. But where are you at here with this? Like, I guess it makes a game watchable having him play.
No, it'll be good for Twitter. And
asses and seats, right?
Like, I don't think I understand the pull that he has. Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you do either. To be honest with you, I don't think you understand the pull that Joseph Votto has.
I don't think I do. And I'm fine to admit that. Like I know he's an MVP Canadian.
Yeah.
Forever. He said sorry about the Canada stuff before, so we're on good terms.
Yeah, that was
it's like I'm not
take when you had the internet coming at you.
Nah, it wasn't bad. He said sorry. Everyone else gave him shit for it as well. You know,
yeah.
It is, and he rectified the situations, and we're on good terms. But I wouldn't show up to a game to watch Joey Votto play.
Yeah, it doesn't do it for me. No. I feel like we're still like we were in our for me. We were in our like teen years, so it's not as nostalgic. Maybe I don't know if that makes sense, but it doesn't move the needle for me seeing Joey Votto.
No,
it's cool.
Was it? I need to see what was his MVP year, as well. 2010 was his MVP year. So yeah, 13 years old.
Yeah, it doesn't like make me want to go drive to the Rogers Center and be like, oh, I have to be at this game.
Yes,
no, because I don't even know if he's gonna play the field.
It's like anytime Joey Votto will be playing, Spencer Horwitz should be playing as well.
Yeah. So, like you have a guy.
I guess you could DH him and Horwitz is playing second, so it's not that big of an issue. But he's also second in MVP voting in 2017, which I mean,
we were 19.
Yeah. We remember that a lot better than the other one. So yeah, maybe I just don't fully understand the Votto thing. And that's okay.
I know we're gonna have people in the comments telling us we're idiots for it, but that's fine.
I don't think I think we're admitting that we don't see what other people see.
Yeah, we're just admitting we're not big Joey Votto guys, and there's nothing wrong with that.
And you're allowed to be a big Joey Votto fan. We're not telling you not to be a big Joey Votto fan.
Yeah, you could be a big Joey Votto fan.
People will buy his jersey. People will buy the City Connect, and he'll be up. But yeah,
he'll play for 6 weeks.
I think he should. Yeah, I think it would almost be kind of a slap in the face to some of the other guys to just get up there and then retire after 3 games. I guess he'll give the spot back and it'll be a nice send off, but just play the rest of the season out, I would hope. And if you're that good and you really think you give it a chance, like who knows, man? Age 41 season.
Yeah, why not?
Because I don't think you really get this season was shot as well. Like, if I want to talk about
the ankle, the infamous ankle.
I know he was out for forever and it really didn't give him that great of an opportunity to get into this early.
Yeah.
So, if things go well, maybe he gives it another shot next year.
Why not?
The Miami Marlins could use him.
The Marlins would love him.
Yeah.
The Marlins would love him. This is my thing. and we're not going to keep beating a dead horse here with Joey Votto. If he's called up, great. We'll do the tweets. We'll pump his tires. Sure. If he's not, I'm not. If he doesn't get called up, I'm not going to lose sleep over it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to bat an eye if it's like, oh, you did Joey Votto dirty. The dude was hurt twice in a 3-month span. Like, I'm not gonna cry if Joey Votto is not playing for my team.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's where I'm at. So
it's a little sideshow act for a season that's lost.
Yeah.
And the team is going to need that, because what did Ross say in his quotes? And I know we didn't break down any of the Ross, or not Ross, it was Mark Shapiro quotes of last week. He just says the same shit over and over.
They just go like,
if you get worked up over Mark and Ross quotes, I need to keep myself sane and not worry about it. I mean, some of the things you said seem stupid.
I am literally begging fans to stop taking what Ross Atkins and Mark Shapiro say so literal and too hard. Because let me tell you something, folks, all right? They are not going to just openly bash the team. Like, they're not going to be like, he sucks, he sucks, he sucks. They're just going to give you those answers that you give your boss when they ask you something and you want to be politically correct. That's what they're doing. And they're not going anywhere, unfortunately, okay? Mark Shapiro just did $300 million worth of renovations. Many people say the stadium looks awesome. That's his job. Ross Atkins, we can have a separate discussion, but I think they're best buddies, and I think the chance of Ross Atkins being gone is very slim as well, unfortunately. And I think next year is the chance where it's like, okay, like, how do I say this? Next year is the year Ross Atkins is like, it's do or die for him, I feel like. And it's crazy because we're saying that it was this year. You know?
Yeah, I know, but that's because we're so mad. I still think it'd be fine if he was fired. Like, I'm indifferent at this point. You can look at it from a broad view. He made, if you last 4 seasons, he's going to go 2 in the playoffs, 2 out of the playoffs. 1 year, he had built one of the best offenses the team had ever seen
in Blue Jays history, dude.
Yes, and was unable to get bullpen help to get them into the playoffs, which kind of a failure. And then 2 playoff seasons, which the team is going to say is a success. As much as us as fans don't see it as success, you didn't win a single playoff game. Looking back, the team's like, yes, that year made the playoffs. I think that was a fine year.
I'm just looking back on 2022, the 8-1 blown wild card, the 8-1 blown lead, right, Avery? Yeah. And I am just in my mind like, man, we really looked at that year like there was so much promise after this, you know? Like, it was the first real time they made the playoffs. I don't count the 2020 years making the playoffs. And it was just like, holy shit, you know? It's like we got these young guys here. Vlad looked good that year, or 2022, sorry. And then it just fell off a cliff this year. I still can't believe where we are at right now with this team. I guess I know a lot of people in our comment section who are experts will say that they believe it. They knew the Jays were going to be like this. Sure, whatever. But for me, it's crazy. 2 years removed from, or 3 years removed from the best offense we've ever had to being one of the worst offenses in baseball. We're 3rd worst or 4th worst run differential in the entire sport. It's mind-boggling. It truly is.
And that just kind of just goes into personnel. Who's there? Who's hitting? And that's the reason why it's down. So, that's that. It's just at the point, you can't keep getting mad at what's happened. Got to look forward. And if it's Ross or if it's someone else, you're just praying for good moves to be made. We're not going to be able to help anything. We're podcasters. Like, I just want them to make good decisions, and there's nothing we're going to be able to do about it either way.
Yeah, and another thing that I noticed as well is like it's we had 2021 the best offense in baseball, one of the worst pitching staffs. 2022 kind of even on both. 2023 we had the best pitching staff, worst offense, and this year we just have bad offense, bad pitching staff. It all comes together, folks. All facets come together. And this year we said, fuck it. Let's not have one good one, one bad one. Let's have both being just horrifically terrible. That's what we settled for. So, as in the words of John Schneider, tip of the cap. They made it interesting, and you truly hate to see it. You really do. It's bad.
Yeah, we're here. You know, you deal with it. And And you get excited about Trey Savage signing, things like that.
Yes. I'm a Trey Savage truther.
Yeah.
I'm a believer. I'm a believer in Trey Savage. But let's talk about some like around the farm stuff here. Jake Bloss made his debut.
Yeah,
Pretty
it was
awesome stuff. I guess 2 2/3.
two
Like
and two
just
thirds.
getting ramped up, right?
Yeah, it was a 50 pitch limit, I believe.
Yeah.
A decent Rochester lineup. So I was happy with that. A couple strikeouts, a walk.
Dylan Cruz was there, right?
Dylan Cruz was there. Yeah. I believe Joey Gallo was in that lineup as well.
Oh
Not that
my God.
not that that's
Moves the needle,
anything.
not really, but
Yes. Yeah, pretty good. Up to 95 too, which is kind
okay.
of he averaged 93.4, so that's kind of around the same as a guy
Yeah.
who's going to top there. So, yeah, interesting to say the least. But there's not a ton of innings as a starter available right now. I think like as bad as the bullpen's been, the starting pitching has been okay. Besides this Bassett blow up as of late.
Yeah. It's been crazy. I can't believe we're here. But funny story from yesterday. I forgot to tell you this. Me and Randa witnessed a literal car crash in front of us at 3:30 in the morning.
Really?
We are walking back. So Ramsey was convinced, like he was dead set on going to A&W at 3 a.m. for food. So
Was he the drunkest person of all time?
No, not really. He was fine.
Okay.
So we went to A&W, and we're walking back, and we're on Outer Lane, and this fire truck has the green light, so it's going through, and this blue car decides to turn right and just T-bones the fire truck, like right in front of me and Randy. We're like, oh my God.
Trying to hit a fire truck, you're not usually gonna win that
And
one.
like, I couldn't believe it. I just heard a massive thump, and I was like, this is bananas. Like, this happened just right in front of our eyes. I was like, what do we do here? Then they just like waved this off and they said like, we'll deal with this or whatever. But yeah, when it's a literal a fire truck in an accident, and the fire truck obviously had no marks. The only one that had marks was the what's it called? The blue Honda or whatever. But imagine like if that guy was drunk, how even more screwed he'd be.
Yeah, that'd be
It's
really bad.
insane.
I saw an accident on Adelaide as well. Like as soon as we got back yesterday, it was like 5 o'clock. Smoked 2 cars. I got hit last week by a car as well.
Avery's the king of. Oh, you got their info though, right?
Yeah, I got this one. You do like to chirp me on this, and I hate it too. But I got backed into downtown before 8 a.m. It was so insane driving in the
Don't want to
city.
deal with that at 8 a.m.
No, as soon as because there was a truck turning left and I was at a stoplight. There's someone in front of me. We were trying to turn left as well. So the truck takes the wide turn.
Yeah.
This lady in the car thinks that it's gonna hit her. It wasn't gonna hit her. And she just puts this thing in reverse and stomps on it right into my car. And I get out. I was like, what the fuck were you doing there? I was just so disappointed in her decision to do this before.
Like you were a
dating.
disappointed parent.
I was.
Like, are we
and they
serious?
were like all freaking out. And I drive a piece of shit car. Like, let's be honest.
Fair.
And this thing does not want to die. It will not die. It'll keep taking damage, and nothing bad is gonna happen to it. It just keeps running. So yeah,
it's a warrior.
The worst drivers, man. I hate driving down there now. They stink.
In the city? Yeah, it's not great. It's really not great. It's a tough one. It's a real tough one. But yeah, Avery's the king of the accidents. Luckily, knock on wood, I haven't been really in any. So hopefully I don't mush that with that comment there. But
this Rochester Red Wings lineup for yesterday is pretty good too.
Who was in it?
Darren Baker, so Dusty Baker's son.
Yeah, I saw that picture of Votto.
Yes. This is Brady House too. Yeah, Brady House was there. Yeah. Gallo. Joey Meneses was in that lineup. Carter Keyboom was there.
Wow.
And then Andres Chaparro. I think that was the guy who hit a ton of home runs for the Yankees farm team. He had 20. He has 23 dingers this year as well. So it's a decent lineup for him to do what he did. His final line: 2 2/3, 3 hits, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts.
Do you think he starts this year for the Jays? Like gets like a couple starts in?
Yeah, I'd give him 2 or 3 probably.
Yeah, so let him cook in AAA. It is. I didn't want to also
pretty much. I think that's his second career AAA start.
Yeah,
for Jake Bloss. I think he pitched 4 innings before in AAA, and there's no reason for him to get up and like just work on things now. You have the time. It's your free baseball for these guys to develop.
Yeah, that's true. I did the next thing that's been blowing my mind is the difference between AAA and the show. We talk about this a lot on the podcast, but like Colton Cowser or Mayo? Who's got called up for the
Mayo.
Orioles? 0 for
Cowser's there.
14, 9 strikeouts.
Nice. Yeah.
Like, and that guy was raking in AAA.
I think
I
he
don't
had
know what
I
you
think he had
do,
25 home runs in AAA.
but just to take this with a grain of salt, like you have to give these young guys just chances and reps to learn in the show,
Yes.
right? Because the gap and the disconnect is so crazy where it's like they're gonna be shit. Like you just have to kind of just suck it up. Like for example, Loper Fido, I don't think he got a hit the entire homestand so far, right? You're gonna just have to let a guy get his reps in. Unfortunately, that's just what it is.
Yeah, let's look
And
at
just
some
like
Joey
take it
Loper.
on the chin.
Let's look at some Joey Loper Fido numbers here. He has played in 8 games. This might not be
Okay.
including today.
Yeah.
4 hits. Hitting 125 for the Birds
Yeah.
with a 152 OBP. That means he probably has 1 walk. Nope. No walks. How does that
No
work?
walks. He does strike out a lot. You did mention that.
Yeah. He's been striking out half of his at-bats.
Wow.
What did he do today? 2 at-bats, 2 strikeouts.
No. Oh my God.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I was saying.
He's just doing the strikeout thing.
Like I was saying, though, it is a massive disconnect between AAA and the show. This is a guy, Loper Fido, who was really like pretty good in AAA, right? Like led in home runs, I believe.
He had 1,000 home runs in AAA.
Yeah, so like this guy's gonna come up to the show, and pitchers that we think suck, turns out in AAA they'd probably be Cy Young. They'd probably be Cy Young in AAA.
So he played 39 games for Sugarland in AAA so far. Or sorry, this season. And he had 13 home runs in that time.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. But yeah, it's like the Schneiders of the world, the Loper Fidos of the world, like we kind of just have to let them take it on the chin and develop and keep getting reps against big league pitching, unfortunately. That's what it's gonna have to be, Ave.
Yes. Don't give up on them, but it's gonna get ugly at some.
It's gonna get very ugly.
I mean, just offense in general is down because the pitchers are so good.
Move the mound back.
Do you like that one?
The move the mound back?
Yeah.
That's insane. I don't know if I like that. Would that not look weird?
Well, yeah, you're so used to one thing that as soon as something changes, I don't know what my thing would be to even the playing field, because I think you move the mound back, you have more time for stuff to move.
I feel like they'd be nastier.
It gives you more of a chance to hit, but some of the stuff could move a lot more and do that. I don't think they'll be able to move the mound back anytime soon. Like there's probably some injury concern if you move the mound back as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
there's definitely injury
steroids. Steroids
make
for
everyone,
the
yeah, allow everyone to do steroids.
Yeah. Or just give the juice balls back a little bit. Let them throw 100, but have juice baseballs again.
Yeah. Juice baseball. Yeah. If you say to the pitchers, listen, we're going to let you guys shove like you guys have been doing, but here's a little tough thing. We're bringing back the Aaron Judge juice baseballs. Okay.
It makes me sick to my stomach that Aaron Judge's chase for 60 home runs, they gave him juiced baseballs. They put juiced baseballs into his baseball games. Yeah. It just doesn't get talked about enough how insane that was.
It is. It's something that should be investigated if this is a truth circle.
No, it got investigated. Or sorry, like no one to be charged, but it was investigated and they just found, they were juiced baseballs compared to what everyone else was playing with.
Wow, that's completely normal thing to do in a professional baseball professional baseball league. Yeah, Aaron Judge, we know. Now Jackson Holiday looks like he's on steroids, which is something that they should investigate as well. I saw the picture. Shout out Blue Jay Mario. But yeah, it's been tough sailing here for our Bluebirds. We're talking about prospect. Everyone knows. People always come up to me at games and stuff, and they say, "How miserable does this make you?" Like you're talking about prospects. We know you hate prospects. Yeah, I do. I do hate prospects. I also did see a stat here from Andrew Stoughton that I didn't want to talk about. Because we have a ton, all the miserable people online. Oh, Vladdy's only good because the Jays stink now. He's only good because the Jays stink. Here's some Vladdy stats to you by leverage this year. In low leverage, Vladdy has a 161 weighted runs created plus. Medium leverage, 169 weighted runs created plus. High leverage, 189 weighted runs created plus for Vladimir Guerrero Jr. in high leverage. He is the best when the leverage is at the highest.
Well, I think that doesn't answer the question you were talking about before, though.
Yeah, it does.
Well, the games don't matter, is what I think the people are trying to say.
Yeah, you might have got me there. I thought
Yeah.
I started you to death. I thought I
No,
started all those nerds to death.
no, but they're just saying, yeah, I don't think anyone's saying he's bad. No one's trying to say he's bad. He's bad when the pressure's off. Just like when I played a golf match the other day, you make a birdie as soon as you lose the match. It's like, yeah, you know what? Things are going a little easier now.
Yeah.
I've got no issues with Vladdy being good when the team sucks.
Yeah, it actually
just want him to put it together.
Kind of makes it watchable.
It does make it watchable, and he had 2 games that weren't. He had a single yesterday, and then no hits today, and the games were decently unwatchable. So, but as Vladdy goes, my fun in watching this team goes.
Yeah, breaking news, guys. Like I see people saying on Twitter, like, "Oh, Vladdy's done now." Like with the Linsanity, not the Linsanity runs over, but it's done. Breaking news, guys. He's probably not going to hit 500 for the remainder of the year. Okay. Yeah. No one's ever done that. So he probably will get out a pretty decent amount of times in a row now. But here's a little insight for you guys. He's not going to hit 500 for the next 2 months. Okay. No. He's probably going to have a stretch where he goes 2 for like 20, 2 for 25. That's just what happens. That's the game of ball.
We were talking this weekend, and I am very excited to be at Wrigley Field this week.
Yep. I have chills thinking about it, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I really do have chills thinking about it because we get to watch, again, no stress, just watch our Toronto Blue Jays just make a mockery of us and just kind of just chill and like enjoy the game, enjoy the scenery, being at Wrigley for the first time ever for me, which is going to be awesome. I know you've been before, obviously, like you mentioned, but it will be cool for me, a guy that's never been there, to kind of see what Wrigley Field's like. And we get to do that on
Chicago's
Thursday.
an awesome city too.
Yeah.
Really good summer city.
Yeah.
We're going to do a review of deep dish pizza. That's a must. And the Chicago hot dog. We're going to have to do. Yeah, we're going to have to do
a Chicago dog.
Yeah. They refuse to put ketchup on their hot dogs.
Okay. I am not really a mustard guy, sorry. I hate mustard. I think it's the most disgusting tasting thing on the planet. I really do.
Really?
Yeah. I hate it.
As in my older age, I've enjoyed mustard more.
You've come accustomed to it.
Yes,
that's fair. I just think it's gross. But this Chicago vlog will be funny. It's always awesome with Curtis and
I know we sat down on Friday. It was just the 4 of us, and we kind of just off the phones, and we're just chopping it up again. This is why we had so much fun last time, because we just get to hang out with our buddies, and it goes online and people watch it. So
yeah, it's awesome. So stay tuned for that. It should be a fun vlog. We couldn't tell a lot of stories from the Cincy pod. But
there's a lot of stories that will never get told from that one.
Maybe we'll do it on a Patreon. You have to sign an NDA, and we'll make you guys pay $50 to listen to the uncensored Cincy vlog. That's what we'll do. But yeah, I'm so pumped. And you know what's crazy is we planned this trip legit 5 months ago. Like we've talked about this 5 months ago, and now it's here Thursday. It's gonna rock. We get to go to the Sunday game as well, which is what we didn't do for Cincy. We left Sunday.
Yeah.
So we get to do the full 3-game series at Wrigley. We're gonna sit. Stromer might hook it up for us behind the plate in this little lounge thing, but hopefully we get to kind of experience like all 3 facets, like the blue collared area in the bleachers with the boys. And then other areas too. So I am looking forward to kind of seeing what Wrigley Field is like, and it'll be cool watching the Toronto Blue Jays play there, I guess.
And they have the DraftKings sports bar.
Yes.
So we can gamble and then go to the game, and just like we did in St. Louis.
Yeah, and watch our club. But yeah, we're going to Wrigley Thursday. So if you are there and you're a Gate 14 listener, we will let you know where we'll be at, or just DM me or DM us, and we'll get that going. But a couple other things from this weekend. I mean, Yariel Rodriguez is awesome, right? Like he is so awesome. It was so cool watching him just absolutely shove. And people were talking like giving up on him, like, oh, this, all that. I'm not going to bring up the names, but uh, shout out to Yariel Rodriguez for just pitching his dick off every time he grabs the ball for this team. He absolutely rocks.
Yeah.
I am a Yariel Rodriguez truther, dude. Love Yariel.
And again, he shows some emotion as well when he pitches. Just let him be inside the strike zone, and he has a very good chance of being successful. Every time I remember him pitching poorly, it's just a walks thing as well. And he was in the zone yesterday, attacking when he needed to. And impressive to watch. Just long term, I'm not really worried about what he can come into. I don't think he's like an ace type. I think he's a good 3-4 pitcher, which you do need as well.
I'm with you.
It's like, and a guy that you just push to the bullpen when the playoffs start, probably because he's really good in that situation as well. He's used to it. So Yariel, pencil him in next year for a rotation spot, I believe.
And he said he signed here because he wanted to be a starter, which is awesome. A great opportunity for him. It'll be cool having him and Trey Savage going back to back like a DJ set. Just the boys, just back to back. Trey Savage and our king Yariel. But Yariel with the crazy eyes will never not be funny to me. It is so awesome, like just seeing how much of a potential raging lunatic this guy is.
Yeah.
And that's why I'll always ride for Yariel. I will. I'll always be a Yariel guy. So that was the only bright spot because this guy pitched his dick off and lost because the Jays had 2 hits over 9 innings and got shut out against the Oakland Athletics, who we said I think that was the worst pitcher that was pitching this weekend for the A's.
Yeah, Votto.
Spence. They had hit that whoever pitched on Saturday, and then they had JP Sears, who has been on a legacy tear his last 18 or 19 innings. So, Jays lost the game. The Jays lost the game we thought they were going to win, actually. So, just a tough one. Right before I had playoff aspirations, John Graffs how the Jays had 50% before Saturday's game. It was cool though, kind of having a little bit of glimmer of hope after Friday. You know, it's like, oh, maybe will be a little. Maybe we'll go on a little fun run. Let's win back-to-back series, and then they said no.
Yeah. So just looking at Yariel Rodriguez game logs, every time he's had more than 3 walks in a game, he's like pretty shitty, and it makes sense. That's baseball as you know it. Everything else, all of his 6+ outings, they're all 2 walks or less. So if he is under 2.5 walks, you got a good chance of a Yariel Rodriguez good outing. Other than that, all of his blowups are just walk related, I think. Yeah. And then the hits build up.
But it's his first year in the show, man. I mean, it's not going to be like,
I was decently impressed. Like I'm fine to move along with Yariel Rodriguez being a guy in the rotation. Happy with that. And pencil him in for next year.
Yeah, I will say besides this weekend, I was actually having a little bit of fun watching Blue Jays baseball.
Yeah, I was too. And then they brought us back to life after a good Zoobs tweet that they're in the pocket of facing shitty teams, and then we just get crushed right away because they lose to 2 of 3 to the A's. So
2 of 3 to the A's when we're
brings you back to life.
We're saying like, oh boys,
the team still sucks.
Yeah. Breaking news: Toronto Blue Jays suck. Don't have playoff. Are probably not going to make the playoffs. But it was just a tough weekend. I can't genuinely say I watched that much of it, to be honest with you. I watched today's game, obviously, and then I watched Friday. But Saturday's game, I'm very, very happy I missed it.
Yeah, it was. I turned on the last 3 innings, and nothing happened as well. So,
yeah, just tough one for our Bluebirds. But we have Joey Votto. We have an MVP coming up. MVP coming to town. I can't wait for those commercials. The George Springer hockey jersey commercial. I cannot wait. I mean, I'm so happy that's done because I hated it, to be honest with you. Were you a fan of that commercial? He's in 1,000 commercials, by the way.
Well, I don't really watch TV with the sound on, so
yeah, that's true.
And that's
true.
The commercials are when I go on my phone. I don't really watch them that much. It's like as soon as the inning's over, get back onto it. So and Buck was back doing some
But Buck was doing the color commentating today.
right.
I do have,
He was doing play by
or
play.
play by play. Sorry, play by play. Like I said, Buck is a forever Toronto Blue Jays legend.
I think he's better in that role than he is the other guy.
Really?
Yeah. I think he's more listenable.
So you think Buck Martinez is better when he's doing play by play?
Yes,
Over
not
color?
not that he's better than anyone else they have doing it. Like I think he'd still be third. Ben Schulman's a fine job.
Yeah.
I think he's probably better than Buck at it, but I think Buck, if you rate where he is, I think he's better play by play than color guy.
Okay.
I like him in that role, honestly.
Yeah.
But I don't
Okay.
want to hear him over a full season, probably.
Yeah, it's good to just just tease us with it, give it to us every once in a while, you
Yeah.
know. But
And
speaking
back.
the broadcast, we gotta have a talk about the Jays play by play on the radio.
Uh,
It's I'm sorry, like no disrespect, and I'm assuming this guy has never done it before. It's unlistenable.
Yeah.
No, it's truly. I was trying to listen today, and he's not commentating the game. Like he's like, and Alejandro Kirk throws the ball to second, blank slides, gets tagged, and he's out. It's like, just say Alejandro Kirk throws it to second, he gets the runner. That's it. It's literally that simple. And I'm not obviously pickpocketing it. I'd probably be terrible at that as well. But my God, dude.
Well, you're not being paid for the flagship. It's a whole big sports radio network.
Like they couldn't have found someone better. Like today I was listening. They were on a 5-minute tangent, essentially just guessing what the attendance of the game would be, and they were just making small talk about it. And I was like, "What is happening on the baseball field?
That's
What is
something we
happening?"
could do.
They were like,
Radio isn't possible, I think.
I really don't think it is, though. Like, I don't think it's.
Well, you have to tell stories and describe things so in depth because people are only listening.
You're their eyes.
You've lost your eyes. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
The radio is a tough listen as well.
But the thing is, like, I mean, I know we're comparing it to legends. Like Jerry Howarth kept it simple and he rocked. It's like, it's not rocket science to figure it out, in my opinion, at least. I don't know. I could just be a generational hater and just not taking a day off.
The guy who does the radio just isn't there right now.
Yeah. So. Like Ben Schulman's good. I will say, like Ben Schulman has stuck into that role and been a pretty good like piece for the like just in terms of just like, and I actually enjoy listening to what he's saying, and like it's like, you know what, he actually makes this game somewhat enjoyable because you learn from one of the legends of the game, right?
Him and Buck trying to relate to each other.
It's impossible. It's like for example, Avery, this is an example of it. It's like when you are trying to have a conversation with like a relative you haven't seen in forever, and you are just trying to make small talk, but both of you don't really know what common ground you have or to like even like relate on stuff. So you're just spewing nonsense or just agreeing with what they're saying,
Yep.
That's
like trying to talk. It's like trying to talk to my nephews. It's like, we're both here right now. That's about all we can talk about.
Yeah. It's a tough one. It's a tough one to but I will say Buck and Ben Schulman make the radio guys look like legit, like the radio guys make them look like the greatest show on turf, like the greatest commentators on turf. So just all I could say is just maybe just watch the game on TV or just watch our live streams.
Just watch the game on TV.
Or just watch our live streams. I don't know what else there is to really say about that. But other than that, though, Avery, the next thing that I did want to talk about is how are we going to make the next 2 months enjoyable? Because let me tell you something, a lot of these prospects that are coming up, I can't get out of bed for. I can't.
No.
Like we're not calling up a top 20 prospect, a top 30. We're calling up Will Robertson, who probably 99% of like teams or fans have no idea who he is. We're calling up
Roadheads.
Yeah, Roden. Right? It's like, okay, I guess this is kind of cool. It's
Clase will get called up and he'll hit 0-48 again, and people will be like, "Oh, why did we trade him?"
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So
How do we make it
how do we
good?
make it enjoyable?
We've been asking ourselves this question every episode for the last 2 months, man.
Because I'll be honest with you, as in the words of like the real bros of Simi Valley, I'm totally not having a good time right now. I'm really, like, and the
Yeah, I
worst
think I
part,
think today was just a good reminisce of how bad we've been this season. It's a total, oh yeah, complete fucking failure this year.
yeah,
And
and
it
just
was it was the cloud over us. Vladdy was blocking us. Or sorry, the meme with the guy blocking all the knives.
yes,
That was
yes.
that was Vladdy to the fans for the last couple games.
And then when
And
Vladdy doesn't go, he's not going.
yeah,
When
if
Vladdy's
he's
not
not the
go,
best hitter to ever play baseball, the team fucking loses games because they suck.
yeah, if Vladdy's not hitting 500, I got bad news for everyone out there. This team's probably not going to be good. If Vladdy's not hitting 5, it's not going to be fun to watch. But another positive thing, George Springer, leadoff doink, number 59, one away from 60, true RGM.
He's
Uh,
got 20 something to go to
yeah,
catch.
29, I think, away or 28 away from the record.
I
He's not hit.
love I
Okay,
love how
breaking
every
news.
time he hits a leadoff home run, they put George Springer. It is kind of a crazy stat that he's
No, it
second
is.
in
It's
leadoff
insane.
home runs,
Yeah.
but I always like how far away he is from Ricky Henderson.
It's
It's
like,
just not. I just don't think he'll do it.
breaking news. I'll be honest with you guys. He's probably not going to beat Ricky Henderson's record.
Yeah. So they
Uh,
always just have him second. I think they should leave out Ricky Henderson's number to make George Springer look better. Leave Ricky out. Just tell me how many George Springer
it's
has.
essentially what it's doing is it's like after every Aaron Judge home run, showing how many home runs he has in comparison to Barry Bonds.
Yeah.
Like Aaron Judge hits a home run, and they're like, that's home run number 250. Barry Bonds, 757 or whatever, 775. He's almost there. That's essentially what that is doing in terms of that. But it is funny though. And then the AI fireworks.
Oh God.
I don't know who's the man who picked that. That's got to stop. The AI fireworks has got to stop.
It's Mickey Mouse. By the
It is.
762 Barry Bonds home runs. By the way, we landed
Okay,
on that.
762. It's Bush League.
It's the worst. It's the worst ever. I don't. I who thought that was a good idea?
Like the banners again for me are already pushing it, and then now we have
Banners with fireworks.
crazy, absolutely crazy shit, crazy shit. But yeah, congrats to George. Still about 20 something away from Ricky Henderson's record. He'll get there, I'm assuming, at some point, or 4 or 5 more years left of his career. But yeah, it's been tough sledding here for our Toronto Blue Jays. Our Toronto Blue Jays.
It's a tough year.
And to make it worse, I mean, who's coming to town this week? I got who are the Jays facing this week?
No, they go to the Angels.
Wait, late games?
Yep.
Let's fucking go.
I know.
Let's go, dude.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's go.
Maybe we can get a stream in this week.
Yeah, we'll get a stream in this week. Maybe a Wednesday stream and then record after.
Okay, maybe that'd be a lot.
Yeah.
We have Wednesday late
or
game.
Monday. We'll see. We'll let you guys know about the stream because people don't care about the streams anymore because there's no passion. You know, it's like they're what are they? Oh my God, 10 games below now. Let's go.
Not that we have been also doing that just for fun, though. The 10 games below. You love to tweet that out.
I do love to tweet it. I do love to tweet it. But yeah, Avery, do you have the pitching matchups here? My phone died, so I don't have access to that.
Bowden, Francis, and Davis Daniel are game one. Insane pitching matchup if you were asking about
That's
it.
an over.
Yeah. Yeah, total of 9.5. That's already come out. Gosman and Carson Fulmer is starting game.
Wow.
I know. Crazy. His trajectory as well as a reliever at Vandy. At Vandy as a starter, then a reliever with the White Sox as to what he's now. And then Jose Barrios and Tyler Anderson are game 3, all 9:38 Eastern starts.
Okay. I, for one, love that.
Yes.
I'll go on a limb and say that I love that. And then they go to Chicago and we'll be there in the building. But it's if they lose this series, I mean, Will I be surprised? Probably not. But if they win it, great. Whatever. So that means we'll be seeing Gossman, Bassett, right? Gossman, Rodriguez, Bassett we'll be seeing next week then.
No. Bowden instead of Gossman.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, Rodriguez and Bassett.
Okay. That's fun.
Let's look at the live updated odds on the MLB draft lottery simulator. Toronto Blue Jays fifth.
Odds talk.
Fifth on the odds, 7.83%.
Let's get to double digits after this week, huh?
Yeah.
Let's get into the double digits.
Well, if they get swept, they would be. Because
really?
The Angels are 52 and 66.
Let's get swept.
Let's
step up and get swept this week, huh?
It would be awesome for this season to finish third in the playoff odds and get the 7th or 8th overall pick. You still get a good player, but
yeah, I guess. I mean, but
I just simmed the lottery for the first time and got the 9th pick.
No.
Yeah.
No, dude.
Yep.
See, I'm acting like you just actually lost it like right now. Like
yeah, I did it again. Number 8. And one last time. Number 1 pick.
Wow. I think the MLB should rig it so Canada gets the first overall pick. I don't think have the Jays ever had a first overall pick?
I don't
think so.
Blue Jays, maybe early. First overall pick. I don't think they have.
I don't think they have.
No, highest they drafted is 2.
Wow. Let's make history this year.
Yeah.
Let's make history.
Do you know the 3 players they've drafted second overall?
No. I don't even think I can tell you.
Lloyd Mosby, Gary Harris, and Augie Schmidt.
Oh my God. Yeah, I was gonna get you that. By the way, we're talking about this on the podcast right now. Apparently, Will Wagner's on his way to Toronto per a source. I don't know if this is true though, so I'm not gonna tweet it. But Will Wagner.
How do you?
Credit me if it happens. We're recording this at 5:29 on Sunday.
Yep.
Okay.
Maybe I should tweet it then.
I don't know if you should. I don't know how real it is. It's just a random person texting me it. It wasn't my actual source. All right, yes, 5:29. Just know that Johnny Sources had it first if you're listening, and he's retired and didn't want to break it. But Will Wagner apparently is on his way to the show.
Well, again, he needs to be on his way to LA.
Or LA, yeah. Okay, I guess that'd be kind of fun. Buffalo to LA. I'm sure there's a lot of flights that do that. Buffalo to LA, the classic.
I'm gonna tweet the eyes emojis right now.
I don't know how true it is. I'm scared now. I'm really scared.
Okay,
Everyone's listening to us break this down like you and I do in the office when I actually get the sources and I go, should I actually tweet this? And you go, yeah, fuck it. And I go, all right, man. I guess here we go.
I just tweeted the eyes.
Okay. So if you were listening to the podcast, you know why Avery don't even follow it up with a tweet. Just leave that tweet, mute it, and just let people just have at it.
Yeah.
In the comments. Should I do the eyes too?
Yeah.
So if you're listening to the podcast, you know why we're doing this. Okay? You know why we're doing this, listening to the podcast. All right. But yeah, series preview. Jays lose 2 of 3. Damn Daniel, as our boss calls him, goes 6 scoreless. Bullpen for the Angels shuts it down. Game 2, Jays win. Give us a little bit of hope, like, oh, maybe they'll win this series. And then game 3, they lose in heartbreaking fashion. And we record the podcast after, and we are on our way to
we record the podcast at 1 a.m.
Yeah, for the people. And we have it for you as we're on road to Chicago. But anyways, I mean, listen, not much stuff to talk about. Again, happy birthday to Curtis. Love you, man. Awesome birthday yesterday. I'm kind of growing out of Paris, Texas.
Thank you. It's insane the amount of people they put in there. Oh my God. There's the drunkest person ever in the bathroom. I go once, and he was pretty much sleeping on the sink, and people were walking by and just like hitting him in the face to try and wake him up. Everyone would go take a piss, and they'd try and slap the guy in the face to wake. It was the most insane thing I'd ever seen. There should be a second Paris, Texas. Like
I'm doing the tweet.
You're doing the tweet?
Yep.
Did we get a confirmation?
I got 3 DMs about it.
How is 3 people? Maybe they're all in cahoots with each other.
Should I do it? Fuck it. Should I?
No, you shouldn't, because you actually have like real pull.
You're right. I won't do it. I won't do it.
People actually believe you. If I did it, it's different. You're doing it. I know you're tweeting.
No,
right
I'm not.
now.
I'm not. I'm not. I'm not. Okay, I'm not. I won't do it. I won't do it.
I will
not do it.
Your source is reputable.
Yes.
Oh, your source is reputable, and he hasn't said anything.
Okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I want to tweet a Johnny Sources drop,
but you can't. You
but
can't.
I
fully
cannot.
can.
But I cannot because I do not 100%. Because this is not from my source.
Yes. There we go. That's good.
Sucks. I can't go 7-0, but I have a reputation to back.
Wow, everyone's responding to you. I think everyone's faking. But if he's up tomorrow,
I want credit.
Yeah.
All right, that's cool. So you guys just kind of heard me and Avery just go through the Johnny Sources spiel.
Okay. Well, Julio Cruz tweeted after picking up his first big league hit in RBI, Luis De Los Santos was informed he was being sent down, and Will Wagner was not in the AAA lineup.
Okay. Whatever. All right. If you guys listening to this, just know Johnny Sources had it at 5:29 p.m. on Sunday. All right. Anyways, love you guys. Thank you guys for listening. Next time we talk to you, it'll be the eve of our Chicago matinee because all those games are in the day. They're matinees. Love you guys. Make sure you guys like, download, subscribe, leave a review. We will chat on Wednesday night after the Jays potentially lose another series against one of the worst teams in baseball. So love you guys. Gate 14 forever. Let's have ourselves a week. Positive vibes only.
Yeah.